to some of the African university in Ghana, that decolonization of higher education. Decolonization of higher education. Until now, the higher education meaning only the UK or US, Australia. But I'm going to give a talk how Asian institutions can change that colonization of education dominance, and how Lincoln University can play a greater role in no longer that UK universities are dominating or US universities are dominating. Lincoln University, when it took up position 80, University of Aberdeen, their position is 93. Australian University, Latrobe, their position is 95. But our position is 80. So that's where we take the challenge. Why not we decolonize the higher education dominance? So let's work together, Prof. Maharaj, and we can
Yes,
do a
yes,
wonderful,
yes.
wonderful thing together, Prof.
So
Thank you.
how can I get your contact number?
Dr. Sandeep Maharaj,
Yeah.
he is the guy. He is the guy, Maharaj. Uh, so you can. I have stayed in Lucknow Ramakrishna Mission, Maharaj.
Oh, acha. Wow.
So
Your native place?
now I'm a Malaysian.
Malaysia.
Yeah. So
But earlier, no, basically,
yeah,
you are from India?
yeah, sure. Sure. So that's a lot of thing can literally work on this.
Yes, 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 yes.
And we can literally move forward. We are offering programs 30 over countries, 30 over countries. Prop, including in Indonesia, we have lots of PhD students coming into Malaysia. We work on that.
Yeah.
And a lot of Indian students, a lot of Middle East. We are very good at PhD programs. Research-oriented programs, we can literally work on this.
Yeah, it's
So,
a really good idea, Professor. I think I absolutely agree. I mean, maybe we can also like arrange for deep discussion, just discuss about that. Yeah, like we make a collaboration for next not only webinar, but like you said, like they do a degree or something, student exchange, this what's it called, this professor exchange, something like that, a teaching partner, like they joint research, something like that. So I mean, by online, yeah, we can make easy for at least just for discussion first, and after that, let's see where this condition is getting good, it's better, so we can do like join working on the lab, something like that. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I hope we can create not only just talk in like they're just for discussion, but it's real this real activity. Yeah, because I last time I also organized for the international office at my university. Like you said, a lot of MOU, but nothing because we get problem about this, like the funding for for sending this our student, our professor together is really far, and maybe just make like a simple, but it's worth it and work. So okay, let's see. Yeah, we can also discuss later.
We can have a special meeting. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we can start. We can start.
Vice
Okay.
Chancellor of Vidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Sir Sojal Ghosh also joined. Sir, welcome, sir. So we can start now as we are on time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anupam, sir.
Here a lot of also this from the Indonesia. This Dr. Farrozi as well. Join us. Yeah, good afternoon, Dr. Farrozi. And also, I see also this our dean here. Let's see, maybe she can join, and also this some from Indonesia, and of course from India, and also from Malaysia. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Okay,
so
Dr.
we are
Sandeep,
already live on Facebook.
Yeah.
just giving the link, sharing in the
Yeah.
chat box.
So, okay. Yeah, and also on YouTube. Yeah, we already like connect to YouTube as well. And then please join, invite your students, your colleagues, and also everyone to join us. This really good discussion symposium today. Thank you, Dr. Sandip. We can start.
Sandip, start.
Okay,
Dr.
Professor
Sandip.
Anupam. Okay, go ahead.
Dr. Sandip will start.
Okay, yeah.
Dr. Sandip, please announce.
I was muted, sorry. Thank you. So we are going are here to do the international symposia in virtual mode on food security and stand of civilization, agri-horti livestock dynamics in changing global ecology, in support of United Nations SDG goal to zero hunger. As all of us know that zero hunger means the to cure means to support the means delete the hungerness. So as a source of agriculture, we are trying to do this. And without wasting much time with us, we have our eminent speakers. And also first I would like to request Miss Lisa Dotto to give the inauguration song. Miss Lisa, please unmute yourself.
So can you hear me?
Yes,
good.
please.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. With your permission, I'm starting off my performance. Sanghachatvam Sambhadaatvam Sambhumanasi Janata Sanghachatvam Sambhadaatvam Sambhumanasi Janata Samano mantra Samiti Samaniti Samano mantra Samiti Samanam Manasah Chitam Sanghachatvam Sambhadaatvam Sambhumanasi Janata Samani Samana Hridayaniva Samani Vayakuti Samana Hridayaniva Samanamastu Mana Yatha Sushahasati Sanghachatvam Sambhadaatvam Sambhumanasi Janata Sanghachatvam Sambhadaatvam Sambhumanasi Janata.
Thanks.
Thank you, Lisa. Very well performed, and I must tell that she is a student of Biranchandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, and also she is award-winning singer from G Bangla TV. Thank you, Lisa, again.
Thank you, Lisa.
So, without wasting much time, I just share my screen, and invite our today's guests.
Revered Swami Bhaveshanandaji Maharaj.
Yes, you can see my screen.
Yes,
Yes, yeah,
We
okay.
have with us
Yeah.
Reverend Swami Bhaveshanandaji Maharaj, Secretary Ramakrishna Mission Ashram, Divan Krishi Vigyan Kendra Ranchi, and Administrative Head of Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Education and Research Institute, Ranchi, India. So Maharaj, I welcome you. And also we have other dignitaries, Sri Shajal Ghosh, Vice Chancellor Vidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, and Dr. Dewi she cannot join. But she has sent the recorded message. We have with us Professor Dr. Amya Bhomik and also Professor Anupam Pariyari, the one of the organizer, Professor and Head, Department of Plantation Spices, and Dr. Guswarani Madam, Associate Professor, Department of Forestry, Faculty of Agriculture, as one of the organizing secretary. And also we have our eminent speakers with us, Dr. Professor Taposh Kundu, Dr. Chirantan Chattopadhyay, Vice Chancellor, Uttar Banga Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, and also Professor K.V. Peter. He was the former director of Indian Institute of Spices Research and Vice Chancellor of Kerala Agriculture University, India. And thank you all. And without wasting much time, I would like to request Swamiji Maharaj.
okay.
Maharaj, the stage is yours. Swami Bhavakanandaji,
Yes, yes, yes.
Pranam Maharaj.
So let us start with an universal prayer for peace and happiness. Om Sarve Sukhino Bhavantu, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Passantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkham Apnuat. Let all be happy, let all be disease free, let intellect of all be sharp and clear, let none suffers. This is my humble prayer on the auspicious beginning of this global symposium on food security and the stand of civilization, horti-livestock dynamics in changing global ecology. Respected Sri Saroj Ghoshi, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Vidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Dr. Amyo Bhomik, President, Lincoln University College, Malaysia, Professor Anupam Pariyari, Organizing Secretary, Professor Tapos Kundu, Director CSIR, and Dr. Chirantan Chattopadhyay, Vice Chancellor, Uttar Banga Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, India, Professor K.V. Peter, former Vice Chancellor, Kerala University, Honorable Madam, uh, Head of the Forest Department, and other distinguished members of this organizing committee, honorable faculties of different universities, and my dear and beloved students who have joined from different parts of the country. First of all, I'd like to convey my thanks and gratitude Professor Pariyari, Organizing Secretary, to invite me to share my ideas as the inaugural speaker. I try to highlight, try to share my idea from the Indian perspective. You know, all of you, that India is one of the oldest agri-based civilization of the world. Farming being practiced for more than 10,000 years back using locally available resources. Now we find the mention on the importance of agriculture since 7,000 years back in the Ramayana, while Lord Rama was giving the advice to his brother King Bharata, the first duty of the king to feed his subjects, and this is being done by the farmers. So king's first duty is to see the welfare of the farmers, is to see that farmers could cultivate properly, is to see that they get loan if required at the rate of 1% interest, and see the water is available so that farmers do not depend on only rainfall, and also provide facilities so that they can store good quality of seeds. So you see, there were 7,000 years back, this focus, the target of zero hunger was in our Indian civilization. Same we shall find in our Mahabharata, that is about 5,000 years back. There also same thing, that where Narada is giving the advice to king, that king should see the see the welfare of the farmers, so that they can store the good quality seeds, so that they can get loan at the rate of 1% interest, water facilities, and also marketing. That's very important things. Without marketing facility, agriculture cannot survive. So Krishi, Goraksha, and Vanijya, that is agriculture, horticulture, livestock, and marketing, are given the importance, and this is the main occupation of the people of India about 5,000 years back. And in our book, Krishi Parasar, 400 BC, that is about 2,500 years back, we see the importance of microbes in the soil. And there is told that fate of a farmer depends upon presence of microbes. So and the organic matter in the soil. And organic matter is a key factor for fertility of the soil. And now we call the organic matter is the panacea of all problems of agriculture. Into 600 AD and about 1000 AD, in different books like Krishi Sukti, Vriksha Ayurved, etc., we see they find nice elaboration of low-cost organic liquids, different conservation practices for sustainable agriculture in changing global ecology. That whatever the technologies are there, all are climate resilient. They does not vary place to place or time to time. And after the invasion of the foreign rulers, our this agro-based economy has been totally destroyed by the invader, and made this novel farming profession as a most neglected one. Earlier, farmers were considered as the angel. They were given the highest prestige in the society. In 19th century, our patriotic monk Swami Vivekananda, whose photographs you will find behind me, he realized this, that first hunger is to be problem of hunger is to be solved, and he oriented the religion into the social welfare. And when he established Ramakrishna Mission, 1897, there he first target of mission was to find out a new means of food production. And Swamiji told, not only man, until a dog will remain hungry, my religion will be to feed the hungry dog. You see, the zero hunger, this mission 7,000 AD to 1890, Swami Vivekananda, in the recent past, he told that zero hunger should be the first mission. And without
Maharaj,
yes, please.
some the YouTube is running behind. Sound coming.
Pardon? The hungry dog. Hello, pardon?
No, I hear some sound background that YouTube running. YouTube running.
No, nothing is there.
Okay, Maharaj, please. Sorry.
And so we know that for any civilization, their food, shelter, and the clothing are the basic need. And out of that, food is the first basic need. Without solving the problem of food, nothing, no progress can be achieved. So we have been seeing that the zero hunger mission sustainable under sustainable goal on United Nations has been taken an Indian perspective for 7,000 years back. It is going on that achievement, and still, just now I told, the modern patriotic monk Swami Vivekananda, who is the founder of Ramakrishna Mission, he is also not only for the man, even for the dog. This is the first we have religious activity will be to feed the dog first. And when he went to United Nations in 1893, there you know the Rockefeller. Rockefeller was one of the richest person of the world at that time. He was having many some psychological problem, etc. The Swami Vivekananda advised him, first, whatever amount of money you are having, you donate some amount for the good of the humanity. Then you will see that your problem will be solved. And being inspired by Swami Vivekananda, he donated huge amount for the for in education, and then he established Rockefeller Foundation. And you'll be happy to know that Norman Borlaug was the scientist of this Rockefeller Foundation, and who discovered the dwarf gene for rice and wheat, and which became instrument in Green Revolution in Mexico and later on in India. And when Norman Borlaug came to India, with Dr. Swaminathan, M.S. Swaminathan, they visited the disciple of Swami Vivekananda, Dr. Boshi Sen, who was the first person in India who developed hybrid maize in Almora, Uttarakhand. And he visited and met Dr. Boshi Sen. Both of them got the idea, got the inspiration, and you know that Green Revolution took place in our country 1960s, and we solved the initial food problem of our country. Earlier, we used to import food. Now we are starting after that, starting export food. And in 2006, this with the vision of Swami Vivekananda, this university, which I am representing now, has been established in 2005. And with the first from 2006 itself, we have started research on new means of food production by combining our traditional wisdom with modern science and technology. And we have developed the low-cost organic farming technology, which is climate resilient. We have developed the package of practices. We have developed different, published different books, and we have also developed some organic villages, which is first in our state, certified organic villages. And they are farmers by using all the climate resilient technologies. Not only their productivity has been increased, just by example, you can easily understand that the rice variety of 115 to 20 days, with the chemicals we get 20 to 22 quintal per acre, that is about 50 to 55 quintal per hectare. And we have with the organic farming technology without using any chemicals. Last year we have got 60 quintals per hectare. And farmers are getting also very good premium price, and market we have linked it with the market facilities also. So now they're very happy. So in this 5 parameters of agriculture, that is productivity, 5 P we call productivity, profitability, perpetuity, purity, and partnership. So here it satisfy all the parameters. That is productivity is good. So is sufficient enough sufficient enough food can be produced by using the organic farming technology. And this is a sustainable, perpetual, because the fertility of the soil also improving year by year, thereby increasing the productivity also in a sustainable manner. And then very important is, you know, now the profitability. Since the production cost is reducing and productivity is increasing, so automatically the profitability is also increasing. And fourth is purity, which is very, very important now, and no need to discuss the importance of purity in food. So purity also, which is very good for our health, especially during this corona pandemic period. We can easily understand the importance of pure food. So purity and five number point very important. In India, more than 82% farmers, small and marginal farmer. So single farmer cannot do anything unless they are organized. So we have developed FPO, farmers producer organization also, and now we are developing other farmers group, so that farmers can have the bargaining power of their produces. So integrated, intensive organic farming system model developed by our university uh, is now accepted at the national level also. Government of India also announced that low-cost organic farming technology as the national um, policy. And in the eastern India, where we have been situated, Government of India declared this as the organic farming hub for the whole country. Practically in Jharkhand, also by 2028, Government of Jharkhand declared that to convert this state also into organic state, and we have been uh, maintaining the pivotal role, the guiding the government also other agencies also to develop the Jharkhand into a organic state. And we are having Krishi Vigyan Kendra also, Dibbayan Krishi Vigyan Kendra. Uh, and through that also, we are transferring the technologies in different villages of the district. And we are having university where different course, integrated rural and tribal development master degree, and or BSc agriculture and other course at different levels. But from we call it here from one day training to PhD. All types of training and courses are being run under one umbrella, and you will be happy to know that our university has been just the highest grade by the NAC A double plus in the last year, and our Vibhan Krishi Vigyan Kendra also has been adjudged the best Krishi Vigyan Kendra of the country by the government of India for 3 years. So in the same, on the same umbrella, in the best Krishi Vigyan Kendra of the country and the best university, both of them are engaged in agriculture for the rural people of India with special focus on Jharkhand. So I hope that this two-day-long symposium uh, surely will end up with developing new concepts, new ideas to reach the hunger-free humanity. And this collaboration with all the universities participated, let us hope that in future we can collaborate in a bigger way, covering the different more countries of the world, and this idea, this mission that is to achieve the zero hunger humanity, we can play a pivotal role. Oyam arambho subhaya bhavatu. Let this beginning be auspicious. This is my humble prayer to the Almighty by thanking all the organizing members and all the participating students, faculty members. I conclude my speech. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you, Maharaj, for your nice presentation and also blessings. And we will surely move forward. And you know, this Vidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, already you know that it is a state of art, means state agriculture university, and University Bengkulu also, one of the biggest public university in Indonesia, and they also having agricultural faculty. So for this, we are collaborating on this aspect now. So we will collaborate and do other events also with other university as well as
Yes.
suggesting.
Surely, we should plan accordingly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maharaj, for your blessing. So I would now like to request our uh, next speaker, means our inauguration, the major patron, one of the patron, Sri Sajal Ghosh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya. Sir.
Namaskar. Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
No, no,
Yes.
no. Picture is not.
Yeah.
Picture.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Respected Swami Bhaveshanandaji Maharaj, Dr. Goswami, University of Bengkulu, Indonesia, Dr. Bhomik, President, Lincoln University College, Malaysia, esteemed keynote speakers, organizers, and participants. It gives me great pleasure to address such august gathering from all over the world who assembled to exchange their knowledge today and tomorrow in the symposium, which is jointly organized by our university, Lincoln University College, Malaysia, and University of Bengkulu, Indonesia. All the keynote speakers are acclaimed in their field of work for their vast knowledge, and all participants, including me, are eagerly waiting to listen to them. Food security is the primary target of any developing nation and its government so that none of its citizens go to sleep hungry. But even if mathematically a country achieves self-sufficiency in food production, even then there may be hunger at the end of the day due to different states of civilization. Further, even if there is no hunger superficially, there may be hidden hunger due to malnutrition, undernutrition. This will definitely be dealt with by Professor Peter afterwards. Present global ecology is changing very quickly due to our greed, our overexploitation of the nature for universe. The crops are perhaps not being able to cope up with the pace of change. These may require quick genetic modification, which may be dealt by Professor Kundu, our keynote speaker. The changing ecology is also changing the pest dynamics in agriculture, and counterpart, Uttar Banga Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Chattopadhyay, one of the leading workers in this field, will surely take care of it. Tomorrow also, there are excellent keynote speakers who will be throwing light from different angles on the subject of the symposium, which itself is a multidisciplinary one. I will not take much time. I am eager to listen to the keynote speakers. So I am sure that it will be an engrossing, lively symposium, which will be remembered long by the participants. Hoping for the best. Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir, for your short and full covering speech. And I would now like to request Madam to share the recording of Dean, Dr. Diwi Wahini. Goswami, Madam. Okay.
Madam, please unmute.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I already
Oh,
prepare here, but I don't know this disappear right now. Okay, let me see.
okay.
Let me find first. Okay. I mean, you can also like the move to Dr. Professor Anupam first, and then after that, yeah, I can.
I share,
Yeah.
Madam.
So we don't need to waste the time. Okay. Mhm. Okay, Dr. Sandip, you can also, move to the Professor Anupam first to.
Of Ramal Krishna Mission.
Oh, yeah, really good. Yeah.
Isyayan Krisnifigan Kendra Ranci and Vivekananda Educational and Research Institute, Ranchi, India. Honorable Mr. Sri Sajal Gus, Vice Chancellor Bidan Chandri Krisi, Viswavidyalaya
Dr. Sandip, can you see this the
India.
video?
Yes.
Honorable
Okay, good.
Professor Amia Baumik, President of Lincoln University College, Malaysia. Honorable Professor Anupam Pairari from BCKV, India. Dr. Sandip Podar from Lincoln University College, Malaysia. And Dr. Goswani Ahmad from University of Bengkulu, Indonesia, the organizing secretary of the event and all of the committee. Distinguished all keynote speakers and participants. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor and pleasure to welcome you on behalf of University of Bengkulu, particularly Faculty of Agriculture, University of Bengkulu, Indonesia, on the virtual international symposium on food security and stand of civilization, agri, horti, livestock, dynamic in changing global ecology in support of United Nations SDG Goal 2, Zero Hunger. I would like to thank to the committee of the symposium from the BCKV India and Lincoln University College Malaysia, which have invited University of Bengkulu to organize this great symposium that allow us from Faculty of Agriculture of University of Bengkulu to collaborate for conducting this event. Kindly allow me to shortly brief you of our university and faculty. University of Bengkulu is a public university that located in Bengkulu City. The university was established in 24 April 1982. This year, there are about 5 students either undergraduate and graduate students are enrolled at the university. University of Bengkulu has 8 faculties, and Faculty of Agriculture is one of them. At Faculty of Agriculture, we organize 6 departments. They are Department of Crop Production, Department of Forestry, Department of Animal Husbandry, Department of Agribusiness or Socio-Economic of Agriculture, Department of Plant Protection, Department of Agriculture Technology, and Study Program of Fisheries and Marine Science. Also, we run 3 master program and 1 doctoral program. For this new semester, we just started last week. We have about 700 new students, both undergraduate students and graduate students. Countries in the Asian region are facing many challenges with regard to population growth, poverty, and especially food insecurity. According to the World Food Programme, 135 million suffer from acute hunger due to man-made conflict, climate change, and economic downturns. The COVID-19 pandemic could now double that number, putting an additional 130 million people at risk, suffering acute hunger by the end of 2020. Okay. At the same time, a profound change of the global food and agriculture system is needed if we are to nourish more than 690 million people who are hungry today. At the additional 2 billion people the world will have by 2050. Increasing agricultural productivity and sustainable food production are crucial to help alleviate the hunger. However, weather is becoming more extreme and unpredictable. In many parts of the world, water supplies are declining. Agricultural land is drying out. Food security and climate change are deeply interconnected. With the vast area and diverse culture such as Indonesia, the diversity of food availability is important. For most Indonesian, rice is still the dominant staple food, but there are also diverse food such as corn, cassava, or sweet potatoes, different kind of tubers. The local food security capacity then is very important in facilitating and strengthening the diversified food production and consumption. We must transform agricultural development, markets, and how food is distributed. We must do so based on comprehensive understanding of the issues. This symposium is certainly the right event to exchange knowledge and respective experiences and obtain ideas and recommendations to overcome the issues. Finally, I wish you all have a successful and fruitful symposium. Last but not least, my great appreciation and thanks to all the parties who have made this event happen. With warmest regard from Bengkulu. Thank you very much.
Thanks, madam. Nice, very nice.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead.
madam.
Yeah.
So I would now like to request our Honorable President Sir, Dr. Omia Bhomik. He is the founder, Vice Chancellor of Lincoln University College, Malaysia. Dr. Bhomik was purely from the academic background, as you know. He was Executive Vice President of International Education Consulting Group, St. Louis, USA since 1999. And Sir was UNESCO Research Fellow, Paris. During his tenure, he traveled extensively all over the world. And he has served as Professor of Business Administration, University Malaya and University Lucknow as well. And also, as Sir just now discussing informally, that many countries where the person dared to go, like Somalia, and where the Boko Haram is moving around. He traveled there, and the Lincoln program is running at that remote area where the person cannot have the food, cannot have the access, and living with the Boko Haram, like that type of persons. And sir is visiting there, and we are here. Sir, we want to listen from you.
Thank you, Dr. Sandeep. Very good afternoon to Revered Swami Bhavisanandaji Maharaj, and Salam Alaikum to Associate Professor Guswarani Anwar, University of Bengkulu.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you. And Namaskaram, Professor Anupap Parari, PhD, Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vidyavala, and Vice Chancellor of Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, State Agricultural and North Bengal State University, and many other colleagues, friends, and distinguished friends. This is indeed a great pleasure to address a milestone webinar on Zero Hunger SDG 2, Sustainable Development Goal. UNESCO has proposed 17 Sustainable Development Goal, and goal number 2 is zero hunger. That means throughout the world, people should not have empty stomach. They must have food. But over the years, or rather since 1970s, the industrial revolutions has completely discarded the agriculture and always thinking that service economy will create the peace, happiness. And the service economy, that capitalism, has dragged us into nothing but de-establishing of our society. The service economy has created conflict, has created war. We thought industrial revolution, the service economy will bring peace, will bring happiness, and the luxury of human comfort. But we have noticed last 10 years, the effect of such capitalism, the effect of such industrial revolution has gone into more negative aspects rather than positive aspects. You go to developed countries, US, UK, European countries, you will find homeless people. They are lying on the street. If you travel by all underground train in UK, Europe, and US, you will find the beggars are playing songs and people are dropping money. And whereas in Asian continent, undeveloped countries, you will hardly find such kind of people. You will find people are working in agricultural sector. Now, today's world full of conflict because we forget our traditional root. When we say we want to develop ourselves, we want to be developed, we want to be more luxurious lifestyle, and then we tend to discard our root. The moment we discard our root, and that's where we get into the trouble. And the root is nothing but food. The growing agriculture. And we educators, we are here all educators, And this is our responsibility, how this agriculture, food activities can be turned into more developing industry. More, no longer the population are looking at agricultural activities, agricultural job has no longer prestige. But we educators now need to think how the psychology of human mind can be changed. Hey, look at, instead of sitting down in office, let's go look into how we can develop this agricultural industry as a part of service economy, how agriculture can be part of our modern development civilization. I was just listening to Swamiji's speech, whereby the marketing aspects of agriculture. Today, agriculture, the food production has gone down to the Asian continent. Why it is not taking up? Because nothing but marketing and communication aspect of agriculture and food related education has not taken intensive approach. Now, if we look at Australia and New Zealand, they are exporting their livestock, their agricultural products throughout the world. New Zealand, Australia, Malaysia, we are literally depending upon Australia and New Zealand dairy product. We don't have our own milk product. So these milk product is from where? New Zealand and Australia. So this is part of our food production ecosystem. So if we educator look at very microscopically and intend to change the perception of the students, perception of the faculty, that agricultural education, food production education is no longer thinking of, oh, this is a traditional behavior, traditional education, no need to do this, go into this. This perception, the psychological thinking of our children, of our faculty members need to change. And that's what United Nations has come up, these 17 sustainable development goal, and number 2 is zero hunger. We educated the university, the Times Higher Education nowadays is ranking how the universities can create an impact on all of these 17 sustainable goals. The universities or the colleges cannot be simply giving the degree, but while giving the qualifications, whether those qualifications literally can create an impact to the society, that's most important. And that is what we have to look at it. Now, all over the world, now we are talking about outcome-based education, OBE. So if any student is taking our food production courses, taking agricultural related courses, what is the outcome? The outcome, not that he or she is getting BSc agriculture, MSc agriculture. Why? Because he or she wants to work for the government. This thinking we need to change. We are the university administrator, we are the college administrator, we need to take this leadership approach that no. You are coming for the education, not for seeking job in the government sector, seeking job into another sector. Rather, you are taking agricultural education, you are taking food production education, how you can be an entrepreneur, how you can be a job creator through this agricultural education and food production education. So agricultural education, food production, it cannot be simply job seeker or I can earn. No, we need to change that perception. The moment we change the perception, when our student graduate, when I say entrepreneur, now entrepreneur doesn't mean he or she simply has to start up a business. Entrepreneur does not mean he or she has to make a profit. Entrepreneur, in Swami Vivekananda's word, believe in yourself. Entrepreneur is nothing but can think positive way that look, I can create many jobs. How? Land. Throughout the world, many lands are empty. How those land can be converted into agricultural production? And the more we create that kind of empty land, land should be utilized 24/7. How that land can be utilized 24/7 for agricultural and food production, that should be the entrepreneurial job. And as I kept on saying, Swami Vivekananda said, believe in yourself instead of believe in 33 million gods and goddesses. So believe in yourself to become an entrepreneur. And that is the message we need to give when students come to our agricultural education, when students come to our food production. We can give many statistics to the students. We can give many things to the students, but until and unless we change the psychology of human thinking, until and unless we change the perception of our students, hey, look, agricultural education or food production education, it is not simply physical labor, but rather prestige. You are creating food. Once you create the food and lots of people get that food, in other words, you are utilizing your education of agricultural food production into a donation. The knowledge which you have gained from the universities, the knowledge which you have gained from the faculty members, that knowledge is a bank asset. And that bank asset, basically, you are donating to the society on a humanitarian by become an entrepreneur of creating jobs so that fellow generations, fellow brothers, fellow sisters, they are no longer dying out of hunger. I give you an example. I was in Rwanda when civil war was going on during that time, and I was walking on the street and I saw a man. I can literally count his human bones, all the bones alive. And I had 2 pieces of biscuits in my pockets. And I gave those 2 pieces of biscuits on his hand. As he was putting those biscuits in his mouth, he died. And I said to myself, I regretted. I wish I could put those 2 biscuits into his mouth. He could have. So I saw how people out of hunger passed away in front of my own eyes. So friends, colleagues, we are administrators. We are the leaders of the education. Let's work together. How this agricultural education, food production education can turn our graduates to become an entrepreneur. And these entrepreneurs just not thinking how to make money, but these entrepreneurs, how they can create lots of food, and that food will create lots of jobs, and that will be the most important donation to the society. We all live in this world, and I often say, when we wait at the airport, we know when is our next flight is taking off. The time and destination is fixed. We human being is actually nothing but journey of life. So this journey of life, world is nothing but airport. I have to die one day. You have to die one day. So that dying meaning flight is taking off. But when I will die, I have no idea. When my flight will take off, no idea. So before my flight takes off, before your personal life flight takes off, let's work together and create a zero hunger society. And before we leave a mark in the society. As Swami Vivekananda puts it, leave your mark in this society before you leave this world. So our action should convert into a good deed, and that is good deed which we all carry to the next life. So with this, let's pray together, let's work together, that how we leader, we educators, turn this agricultural education, production education, just not job seeker graduate, rather
Thanks to the speaker
job
for
creators.
delivering
Thank you.
the motivational speech.
Thank you and God bless.
You're very welcome, Professor Amia Baumik. Yeah, this is really good motivation for us and also challenge for us in working in agriculture education. I think this is a big challenge for us. Okay, thank you. Dr. Sandip?
Thank you.
Can you? Yeah, okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And somebody have been unmuting yourself several times. If you do unmuting yourself, it will be disturbed. So we have to, what you call, keep you out from the meeting afterwards. So please don't get unmute yourself. Mr. Rajkumar, please mute yourself. Mr. Rajkumar, don't unmute yourself. Thank you.
Hey, kare, Malaysia Mr. Rajkumar mute your phone mute maadi.
Okay, I remove him. Thank you, sir. And we come to the just going to end our inaugural session. I invite Professor Dr. Anupam Pariari, Professor and Head, Department of Plantation Species, Medicinal and Aromatic Crops, Faculty of Horticulture, and Dean, Student Affairs Program, Coordinator, National Service Train, NSS, Vidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya. Sir, Anupam sir, please, stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Poddar. And now I can start now. So good afternoon to everybody. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Respected Swami Bhaveshanandaji Maharaj, Secretary Ramakrishna Mission Ashram, Dibbayon Krishi Vigyan Kendra, Ranchi, India. Respected Sri Sajal Ghosh, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Vidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, West Bengal, India. Respected Dr. Dewi Vaivini Feti, Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, University of Bengkulu, Indonesia. She could not attend this seminar as we heard her message sent for us, nice message. And then respected Professor Amyo Bhumi, nice lecture sir has given now. We are really very much moved with his lecture. He is the president of Lincoln University College, Malaysia. Honorable keynote speakers, the eminent scientists, deans, directors, registrars, other office personnel, and members of the organizing committee, respected teachers, researchers, our beloved students, and all assembled here to participate in this present international symposium on online on food security and the stand of civilization, agri-horti, livestock dynamics in changing the global ecology, organized jointly by Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, India, Lincoln University College, Malaysia, and University of Bengkulu, Indonesia, for 2 days, today and tomorrow, that is on 20th and 21st September 2020. I welcome you all. Despite a rapid economic growth in recent years, we have seen the economic access to food by people living below the, particularly the poverty line, is poverty line remains problematic all over the world. More than 50% children and infants are malnourished, and around half of pregnant women are anemic and suffering for nutrient deficiency. Now, there are many challenges before the availability of food grains. Environmental conditions like flood, drought, depletion in soil fertility, soil erosion, water loss create hindrance in the smooth running of the agricultural activities. Due to increase in population, agrarian areas are occupied for housing and other activities. So, further scope for increasing in net sown area is very much limited. Despite these difficulties, revolutionary self-sufficiency in food was achieved by India with the Green Revolution in the late 1960s and 1970s and White Revolution, that is Operation Flood, etc. The structural transformation in agriculture have helped to ensure food security to a large extent and to ensure physical and economic access of food to all sections of the society, especially for the poor. Agriculture, horticulture, livestock, and other technical universities had played a profound role in this achievement. Government of different countries in the world launched many schemes for the poorest of the poor to provide food, which is actually the basic need for survival, and also the nutritional security to every section of the country towards a mission to zero hunger. The power and potential of science and innovations promise hope for sustainable food production by organic management of soil and nutritional security through enhanced production and productivity of crops and livestock, including fisheries, poultry, animal husbandry, etc. Besides, biotechnological advance in agriculture improved crop production through the employment of environment-friendly tools for insect and pest management, that is, in crop protection, and also the improved varieties. So, keeping these all in mind, to exchange the views among the lead scientists working in different countries on these subjects, this international symposium has been organized in collaboration of 3 esteemed universities of neighboring countries. I like to thank the authorities of Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, a highly reputed state agricultural university in India, the Lincoln University College, a high-rated educational institute in Malaysia, and University of Bengkulu, a renowned university in Indonesia, for their collaborative effort. As we know, all these universities has reputation in the field of respective subjects in overseas. We like to offer our regards to Revered Swami Bhaveshanandaji Maharaj, Secretary, Ramakrishna Mission Ashram, Dibbayon Krishi Vigyan Kendra, and Administrative Head, Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Educational and Research Institute, Ranchi, India, for his kind presence and such a beautiful message he has given. With the kind permission of Swamiji, I feel proud to mention here that Swami Bhaveshanandaji popularly known as Proloy Maharaj, is a noted alumni of our university, that is Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya. He was a bright scholar of agricultural economics in postgraduate studies, and I am very happy to say that he was my batchmate. We are grateful to him as he accepted our invitation to deliver the inaugural speech in this international program, though we know he remains very busy with the social service of mankind, following the idealism of the great philanthropy, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsadev and Swami Vivekananda. Regards, Maharaj. I am greatly thankful to Sri Sajal Ghosh, our respected Vice Chancellor, to Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, India, to enrich us with his kind message. Actually, he is the key person behind the screen to organize this symposium on the part of our university. A few months back, with his inspiration, we have organized an international webinar in collaboration with the Lincoln University College, Malaysia, on the eve of World Environment Day on the subject to save environment, and it was a great success with about 12,000 participants all over the world. After that, we feel inspired to organize such another program collaboratively on current vital issue, that is food security and zero hunger. That is the goal of UNO, United Nations Organization, we know. And this symposium is being organized thanks to authorities of all the three universities again for their relevant thinking and this collaborative effort. I am also happy to announce that Sri Sajal Ghosh, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of our university, is also the noted alumni of our university, that is Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya. Regards, sir. Then I am thankful to Divi Vaivuni Genifiasti, the Dean Faculty of Agriculture, University of Bengkulu, Indonesia, for her kind message. In spite of her busy schedule, she is attending this symposium, though not physically, but he sent her message. Thanks, madam, for your such a good message and to join in our collaborative program. Our hearty welcome and sincere thanks to Professor Omyo Bhumik, the President, Lincoln University College, Malaysia, to be with us in this symposium as collaborator and also deliberation of a very resourceful message. I am also thankful to him for their active collaboration and all sorts of kind cooperation for organizing this program. Thank you, sir. In the technical session, we have a galaxy of scientists come eminent personalities as key speakers. I welcome them all. I welcome and thank Professor Taposh Kumar Kundu, that's the Director, CSIR, Central Drug Research Institute, which is known as CDRI, a famous institute in Lucknow, India, to accept our invitation kindly to attend the symposium and deliver his keynote speech. He is also Sir J. Shibo's National Fellow Silver Jubilee Professor, formerly, and Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize winner. It is a very prestigious prize, Nobel as. It is known as Nobel of India. I am also proud to mention here that he is also a noted alumni of our university, that is Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, and also happy to announce that we are also batchmate in this university. I am very much delighted to welcome my world-reputed friend as keynote speaker today in this symposium. I welcome Dr. Chirantan Chattopadhyay, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Uttar Bongo Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, another state agriculture University in West Bengal, India. He is also a noted alumni of Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya. Uh, we are very happy to welcome him as a keynote speaker in spite of his busy schedule. I feel really proud to welcome Professor K.V. Peter, the Director, World Noni Research Foundation, India, and former Vice Chancellor, Kerala Agriculture University, India, and also the former Director of Indian Institute of Spices Research, Kozhikode, Kerala. He is one of the stalwarts with a lot of experiences, especially in horticulture sciences. Professor Peter is well known all over the world, especially in the field of agriculture and horticulture, as an eminent scientist and author of a lot of precious fundamental books. Our sincere gratitude to you, sir, for attending this symposium. On the second day, that is tomorrow, on 21st September, of our technical session, Ms. Peggy Cheng, she will speak. She is the CEO, Gano Farms, Malaysia. She will deliver her speech on a very important aspect. She is a very busy person. We welcome and also thank her to accept our invitation. Thanks, madam. I welcome Dr. Farudozi, Associate Professor of Horticulture, Department of Crop Production, Faculty of Agriculture, University of Bengkulu, Indonesia, as one of the keynote speakers tomorrow. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and your presentation. Our hearty welcome to Professor Shubhit Ghosh, the former head, Department of Agricultural Extension, Vishwabharati University, which is very much related with the great poet, Nobel laureate, Rabindranath Tagore, for his kind acceptance of our invitation gladly to deliver his resourceful speech. Thank you, sir, for your hearty cooperation. We are happy to announce that Professor Rafiq Islam, the Director, Soil, Water and Bioenergy Resources Program, Ohio State University, USA, he is attached with School of Environmental and Natural Resources, Food, Agriculture and Biological Engineering Department, Institute of the Ohio State University, Columbia, USA. He has kindly accepted our invitation to discuss an important topic on the second day, that is tomorrow. Thanks a lot, sir. On behalf of the organizing committee, I welcome you. I am very much thankful to my senior colleague, Professor Shankar Kumar Acharya, former head, Department of Agricultural Extension and former Director, Directorate of Extension Education, Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, India. I welcome him not only as a speaker or chairman of the technical session of second day, but also for his active cooperation from the beginning of the program. In this context, I must mention name of my other two organizing secretaries, Dr. Guswani Anwar Madam, Associate Professor, Department of Forestry, Faculty of Agriculture, University of Bengkulu, Indonesia, and my friend, Dr. Shondip Poddar, Senior Research Director, Lincoln University College, Malaysia. Without their help, it was not possible to arrange such a collaborative online program. All the technical support is being provided by the University of Bengkulu, Indonesia, led by Dr. Guswani Anwar Madam and her team. So we are sincerely thankful to them from the organizing committee. Dr. Shondip Poddar, the Senior Research Director, Lincoln University College, Malaysia, is, I have already mentioned, is very close friend to me. Within his hectic schedule, he chalked out the total program and carried out the huge works thoroughly to make the program successful. He is also a lead speaker tomorrow I express my sincere thanks to him also. I am especially thankful to Professor Pallab Datto, the Dean, Faculty of Horticulture of Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, for his constant support, and to my departmental colleagues of my department, that is Department of Plantation, Spices, Medicinal and Aromatic Crops, and the teachers of our faculty for their active cooperation to organize this symposium. In the technical session of both the days, the respected teachers of our department will act as the rapporteurs to record the important points discussed. I am thankful to them in advance to perform such an important role of rapporteurs. On first day, that is today, after my lecture, in the technical session, the chairman will be Dr. Guswani Anwar Madam, the Associate Professor, Department of Forestry, Faculty of Agriculture, University of Bengkulu, Indonesia, and the rapporteurs will be Professor Apurva Bandopadhyay, Professor Narayan Chattopadhyay, Dr. Deepak Kumar Ghosh of Department of Plantation, Spices, Medicinal and Aromatic Crops, Faculty of Horticulture, Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya. And in the second day, the chairman will be the Professor Shankar Kumar Acharya, former head, Department of Agriculture and Extension of Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, India. And the rapporteurs will be Professor Jitesh Kumar Hod, Professor Amit Baran Sarengi, Professor Deepak Kumar Ghosh, and Dr. Mini Padwal, who are also belong to the same department of Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya. On behalf of the organizing committee, I beg apology in advance to you for any inconvenience created by us to arrange such a mega event. Please excuse us. I hope the cooperation and good wishes from everybody and blessings of the Almighty. May the program be successful. May our dream for a hunger-free world be in reality. Let me take oath
Good afternoon to all.
that we will never waste any single grain of food, not a single drop of water, and save our mother planet for the sake of our children. Because the hungry and thirsty world is looking at us. We have to stand beside them because they are our only relatives. We will be happy only then when all in the world remain happy. So we have to love the mankind, love the poorest of the poor of the society. I like to close my address with the quote of Nobel laureate, great poet Rabindranath Tagore: love. Love is the ultimate meaning of everything around us. It is not a mere sentiment. It is truth. It is the joy that is in the root of all creations on this universe. May God bless us all. Sarve Sukhinat Santu, Sarve Shantu Nirama. Namaste. Good afternoon.
Thank you, sir, for your nice inauguration speech and vote of thanks to all the participants. So we are concluding the inaugural session and moving to the next technical session. Our next technical session, actually not next technical session, all is very eminent speakers and very world famous persons. And just I want to share their names. The chairman is Dr. Guswani Madam, as you know, that she has PhD in Forest Science from School of Forest Resource Environmental Science, Michigan Technological University, USA, Fulbright Scholar Awardee. And before that, she has completed her master's and bachelor from University of Gada, Mada University of Jakarta, and also University of Bengkulu, the bachelor course. And she has acted as vice rector for resource and partnership affairs in Park Petula University, Bengkulu, from last 1 year. Just last week, she means she don't want to continue the vice rectorship because for hectic travel from Bengkulu to her Ms. Patpetula University in night time. And she has acted as Vice Dean for Finance and Resource Affairs, Faculty of Agriculture, University Bengkulu, and she has been joining as editorial board member of several scientific journals and also published many articles. So without, and she is already helpful for doing this event. Whenever she is getting time, she is always with us. Thank you, madam, for being with us, and the chairmanship of this session is with you. And I also invite Professor Apurva Bandopadhyay and Professor Narayan Chattopadhyay and also Dr. Deepak Kumar Ghosh, sorry, from Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya. So please be with us to moderate the session. And we invite our first speaker, and he will Professor Taposh Kumar Kundu. Dr. Taposh, as it will speak on epigenetics, life beyond your genes. And he is the director, Central Drug Research Institute, Lucknow, CSIR Institute, and Sir J.C. Bose National Fellow, Silver Jubilee Professor, and also Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize winner. Professor Kundu is an Indian molecular biologist, academician, and at present she is the director, as I told. He has many prizes as beside the Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award, and he's a vast CV you can see in Wikipedia also. So without wasting much time, I would now like to request Dr. Goswami Madam to invite Professor Taposh.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Sandip, and also all the respected our leaders and speakers, and also, of course, this all of you participants. Okay, good afternoon also for those who's joined us today. So, yeah, I mean, we will be moving to the next section for the keynote speakers. So today we have the 3 keynote speakers, and tomorrow we will have the 7 keynote speakers. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Sandip Poddar, and also Professor Anupam, who gave me a chance, opportunity to lead this section, the first section. And for this section, I'm not alone because we have team here. This Professor Narayan, also Professor Apurba, and also Dr. Deepak. Okay. Before we invite the first speaker, Professor Tapas, Professor Tapas Kundu, and I see the Professor Narayan raised his hand. Maybe we can give the second to ask him. Maybe he will say something. Professor Narayan, please go ahead.
Narayan?
Yeah.
Professor Chattopadhyay is here? Yeah. He's
Yeah,
there.
this
Yes,
Professor
Professor
Narayan. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Please unmute. Okay, go ahead, please.
You tell something.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, Professor Padiari and Madam also. So please start the proceedings without any delay.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, everyone. We'll start the first section. We have the first speaker today. So we would like to invite Professor Tapas Kundu, PhD, to give his lesson today. And with the title "Epigenetics: Life Beyond Your Genes." You can see here this his profile. He's Indian molecular biologist, academician, and also present right now the director of CSIR, Central Drug Research Institute, Lucknow. He's also the head of transcription and disease laboratory of Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research. He's known for his studies on the regulation of gene expression and his contribution in cancer diagnostic and also development of new drug candidates for cancer and its therapeutics. He also an elected fellow of the Indian Academy of Sciences, Indian National Science Academy, and the National Academy of Sciences India, and also a J.C. Bose National Fellow of the Department of Science and Technology, the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, the apex agency of the Government of India for scientific research. And Scientific Research awarded him the Santi Swarap Bhatnagar Prize for Science for his contribution to biological science. He is also a recipient of the National Bioscience Award for Career Development of the Department of Biotechnology. Okay, everyone, I think this our speaker today is a lot of achievement, and then he also, expert of his field. Okay, maybe just Dr. we give a time to Professor Kundu to Topas Kundu to deliver or give the his lesson. Okay, go ahead, Professor Kundu. Professor Topas, sorry, I I call you Professor Topas Kundu.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Prof, please unmute yourself.
Okay. Professor? Are you ready, Professor?
Sir, he's not here.
I don't see.
Yes,
okay, let me see. Okay.
His name not there. Any other name he joined?
No. He had a link problem. I have informed you.
Oh, I see.
We have sent the link also.
But in the link, he faced problem to join.
Okay.
He informed me.
Then we invite our next speaker.
Yes, I think I think I agree. Yeah, this is a good idea. Okay, we don't need to waste time. So everyone, we while waiting for Professor Tapas join us, so we invite the second speaker. This is Mr. Chirantan Chattopadhyay, PhD. Yeah, Dr. Chirantan Chattopadhyay, PhD. Sorry for my pronunciation if it's not good, not properly. Okay, he has served as scientist. NARM, Hyderabad Directorate of Oil Seeds Research, Hyderabad, India, a senior scientist and principal scientist, Directorate of Seed Master Research, Bharatpur Head Division of Crop Protection, Indian Institute of Oil Seeds Research or ICAR, Kanpur, and also Director, National Research Center for Integrated Pest Management, New Delhi, and also Fellow Plant Protection Association of India, Indian Phytopathological Society, Indian Society of Mycology and Plant Pathology, Indian Society of Oilseed Research, Biofit Research Institute of Agriculture and Technology, and also he has been awarded with many awards like PP Single Memorial Pesticides in and also Lifetime Achievement Award by Confederation of Indian Universities. Okay, Dr. Chirantan. Okay, are you with us right now?
Yes, sir is here. Sir, please unmute.
Okay. Yeah,
am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm audible?
Yes.
We can hear this your face. Okay, this is your time right now. Okay, please go ahead, give your lesson. Thank you.
Okay, should I start?
Yes, sure. Please welcome.
Okay, thank you. Just a minute. I share my screen.
Okay.
You have disabled my sharing the screen. If you can please enable sharing my screen.
Yes, sir. You do, sir.
So are you able to see my screen?
Not yet.
Sir.
Not now. We are not finding.
Not
but you
yet.
can share it. There is options.
You are able to see the screen now?
Not yet.
No.
Oh,
yes,
this okay.
Coming.
Okay.
Now it is coming, I think.
Yeah.
Slow maybe net.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
It is coming. It has come.
Okay. Very good afternoon, respected chairman of the session and
full screen, please.
distinguished guests.
Full screen. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
It is full screen. Okay.
Okay. Chairman of the session, distinguished dignitaries, fellow keynote speakers, and all the participants, my dear students, very good afternoon from Uttar Banga Krishi Vishwavidyalaya. First of all, I like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to share my views on crop protection for enhanced farm income and livelihood security. You would be possibly agreeing, given the the speech of my earlier speakers, that whatever we are doing in the goodness of the crop health, it is for improved life and for human happiness, which of course relates to the zero hunger. You would agree that our history as it goes, it started with the intensive agriculture in India, and the fallout of the intensive agriculture, the chemicalization, which invited the insect pests and diseases due to the intensification. And the share of losses due to the pests. This is well known, just a refreshing idea that weeds take away the chunk of the losses, then insects and diseases almost share the same, and the rodents and others. And if almost every year throughout the world, the losses more or less are 18 to 19% of crop yield due to pests, and the demand by 2030 for a population in India of about 1.5 billion is about 311 million tons, and we demand a hunger-free society. And the emphasis of IPM in India is not losing what is grown and produced to pests, which is as important as growing more food. And you still find the hungry millions, to which I will come later on. Story of integrated pest management, as you know, started with the Silent Spring by Rachel Carson, wherefrom we progressed from the integrated production to integrated farming. And then came the other, the facet, that is the integrated crop health management that we call at this moment. And after Silent Spring came Our Stolen Future. Some of you might have read of Colborne and his colleagues. And we are looking at the sustainability of IPM as the IPM paradigms have changed, integrated pest management paradigms have changed for the various components, and it is certainly extremely multidisciplinary and also has a link of the value chain, again to which I'll be talking to you later on. With the time, the public awareness has grown, and the concern about the potential hazards related to the use of chemical pesticides. There's a lot of data generated world over. As we know, the men eating raw fruits have lower sperm counts, and 2.2 million are, already reported to die of cancer due to pesticide poisoning. There is large use of chemical pesticides that give way to several diseases, which includes diabetes, neurological problems, and other neurodevelopmental disorders. We also now have enough data about the organochlorine and then organophosphorus, chemical pesticides related to reduced baby weight, preterm deaths, ovarian cancer, and birth defects, fetal deaths, etc. We look at agriculture mostly as in isolation, but the paradigms are changing, and we are talking as in relation to the Sustainable Development Goals. And you find the human health, which is the Sustainable Development Goal 3, is very much linked with agriculture as also industry, and that's the relationship paradigm. And we are also seeing that the public trust in science is gradually eroding. All this we put together in a chapter that was presented in this book that you see on the left-hand side of the screen to the Honorable Vice President about 2 years back, and you see the other people like the ex-Chief Election Commissioner of India on the screen. But well, did that provoke any change in the play? That's the whole question. I'll try to deal in my talk on that aspect. Usually integrated crop health management, that's thought to be a combination, a horrible combination sometimes thought of, host resistance, biological control, chemical, cultural, and so many things. And you would agree that they put together so many things like the pathogen, insect pest, the genetics, plant breeding, microbiology, agronomy, economics, agrometeorology, up to agriculture, physics, and the social science. The challenges of today's graduates, and you would agree that, you know, education happens to be part of the Sustainable Development Goal 4. Higher competition due to increase in population, the competition increasing as due to technology reaching to the masses. The quality of teaching significantly poor compared to the Western world, lack of creativity and innovations, curriculum not adequately preparing graduates to address emerging needs. We are not producing as many leaders. Primarily, we are creating a lot of primary followers, or rather, I may say, technical workforce who depend more on the government jobs. Dr. Bhumik was also talking in the same line. Skilled laborers often fail to create jobs and dependent on government resources, which are dwindling around the world, and uncertainty is becoming more common, which will be more with time. We need to prepare adaptable workforce to changing need, which is very critical. Now, coming to the issue of crop protection in the new era of new education policy, just a touch up on that because India is now dwelling on that. And it's a paradigm shift in the nation's education policy. It talks about the inclusivity to quality education, where teacher forms the center of the reforms and the recruitment. How serious we are about recruitment. Multidisciplinarity is there. I have already given a big, details about it as relevant to crop protection. If you are into products and patents, and you really invest very strongly and strengthen what's available, I think multidisciplinarity is easily addressed as envisaged in the new education policy. Now, what I feel as an individual that, you know, given the fact of multidisciplinarity put in the new education policy, we could possibly address the present system with the agriculture universities coming in the hub and the other general universities coming as in the spoke system, hub and spoke model. And that's how we can address the same thing. But there is also, you earmarked about the gross increase in the gross enrollment ratio. Now, what will happen to the teacher-student ratio? I think we need to care for the words and silences and very critically examine the policy and hope it does not turn retrograde and deleterious. We as intellectuals need to provide proper prescription to the leaders in governance about do's and don'ts. That's what. Climate change, another important goal in the Sustainable Development Goal of the United Nations, you know, is very much linked with the integrated pest management, which is knowledge intensive, and everything is not bad with the climate change. There is good thing is that the increased vulnerability of the pest to biocontrol agents. Again, there are bad things. Earlier, the effect that you used to get out of maybe a single spray of a chemical, the efficacy of the chemical pesticides are reducing. And so you would get that maybe with more number of sprays. There is risk of movement of invasive pathogens and pests, reduced efficacy of durable resistance, which works through different pathways, ethylene pathway, salicylic acid pathway, jasminic acid pathway, and so on and so forth. So we need to actually integrate to avoid, you know, vulnerability from one issue, and integration at the local, regional, and international level is very much important. Integrated crop health management, as that I'm trying to explain, is it's knowledge intensive. Holistic in approach, requires expert advice, timely decision making, and quick actions. The farmer needs the identification of the pests, the pest forecasting, surveillance and monitoring, dissemination of expert information on pest management, which should necessarily be not only at the national level, but at the global level. And integrated pest management, in my view, it starts pre-border. We mostly address it after the problem is within the country. We got into the issue of forecasting about 2 decades back. And this is a thing that we web enabled about 15 years back in the system that was available at that time. And gradually we moved on trying to have forecasts for the 3 parameters you see on the left-hand side. But then we have moved on to expand to from mustard to the rice, pigeon pea, groundnut, other crops. And we thought, as we move on, we possibly cannot address this big country only through using the ground-based work. So we actually went on to make use of the remote sensing, which has, which helps us to overcome the limitations that we have out of the ground-based information, because the ground-based information is too time-consuming, it's labor-intensive, and long-term pest weather data sometimes is not available, which is overcome by the remote sensing. And that's how, and high resolution, now data is also available from the satellites. And as you know, the Fasal project ran for a long time and it has helped this country. Forecasting of not only the diseases, but also the yield estimates are possible these days. And now it has progressed quite a bit in this country. And that's how we've also made some progress using the satellite data for not only the mustard aphid for the regional predictions, but also the sclerotinia rot multi-stage tracking and large area disease mapping. We also we have been making continuous progress in this direction through if you go to the Vedas website, and you will see the real time in the time of the cropping of the mustard. On the real time, you can find, particularly for the Bharatpur district, how the mustard aphid can be seen for the forecast. And this is how you look at it, and this is how the data comes. And we are now gradually also extending that to the yellow stem borer for rice, which is another big problem. And we are trying to move to the mobile applications. And this is the tentative architecture of the mobile application. And this also is not only restricted to these 1 or 2 crops. We have also done it for the yellow rust of the wheat. And it, the different severity levels of the rust is not only differentiated, but it is also differentiated from the yellowing that happens due to waterlogging or the yellowing due to nitrogen deficiency and all that. Now also very recently, as you know, this year, there was a huge problem of locust, and we have also done some work on the satellite-based geospatial analysis of on the desert locust. The damage assessment, it is receiving now the attention of the Prime Minister's office, and publication should be coming very shortly. We actually target the forecasting at this national level for the crop protection. We can take the crop mask from the left-hand side. From the left-hand side of the screen, you see the crop mask that's available from the Malanubus Crop Forecast Center at Delhi. The high-resolution satellite data available from Hyderabad, and from MOSDAC, high-resolution weather forecasts are available. That can be brought into the central hub at the ISRO, and the pest alarm zones can be noted, which can go in the National Agro-Advisory Services. Cluster approach, which we learned from the farmers in the small state of Tripura, is now talk of the day around the country. and we are talking about the record keeping by the farmers for better decision making in the era of climate change. We need to be also having a proactive approach, just like the leaders in science like Microsoft and Apple. If the crop protection in India is actually to gain in leadership in science, and there is need for modeling the future crop enemies, the modeling the future crop pests, and also looking at the sleeper races of different pathogens, the different pests and nematodes, which may become severe in the changing climate scenario. So in the climate change, we need to have clear answers of what, where, and how much for having suitable answers. And in the arena of IPM, our data, as we went around the surveying this country, we found that the primary problem is not the non-availability of technology, but it is the lack of knowledge or awareness among the farmers and consumers, and also the lack of supply of the required inputs, and particularly the reliable bioagents. Chemical pesticides, is usually, considered, the difference between IPM is usually conceived as a difference between the bioagents on the IPM side and the chemical pesticides as an anti-IPM side. Actually, in effect, they are the integration and judicial mixture of everything. And chemical pesticides are certainly one of the arsenals of IPM, but the last one, of course. And now across the country, you know that earlier the grapes used to come back, okra used to come back from the international market, mango used to come back, but of late in India, we are making very good progress in the exports because of the MRLs that have been fixed with the Codex Alimentarius, that an NABL accredited labs. They have come into effect, which are doing a not only good job, but providing excellent guidance. So, and we must monitor the pest population in the field and look at the life stages susceptible to the chemical pesticides, and then only decide how to apply the chemical pesticides. A few states, they have gone organic, Sikkim and Uttarakhand. I would request the honorable dignitaries and participants to kindly have a look at the report of the Lok Sabha committee on the chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and organic farming, which has been nicely chaired by very senior parliamentarians. And that has given a good insight into the whole issue for the ordinary people. Excellent success stories also have been written in this country through Trichoderma and Pseudomonas from the IRI, the patent also that I share. Kalisena has been a wonderful work of translational research. Garlic bulb extract that was once laughed at actually is now the top across the world because wheat blast seems to be best managed by garlic bulb extract. That's how the scientific research papers are talking. More evidence, of course, is required for the better efficacy of bioagents in mitigating crop damage. You need high quality products at affordable prices, and also strengthening the supply chain of the inputs. NCIPM also has contributed its part to the story of success in IPM in this country. You are all aware about the Ashta village story of cotton written by Puri and his colleagues. Then, the sugarcane ulia feed and the papaya millibug that's saving 2.5 thousand crore in 2 years. The IPM in Basmati in the Western UP and in the growers, they get a 200 rupees extra price over the market price, premium price because of the IPM product. And the Jind Nidani village story you might have seen in the popular magazines like India Today and Down to Earth. And the thing that we were talking, IPM proponents, for a long time is also happening now. That's a shift of the chemical pesticide producers to biogen producers like Unifos and big houses. E-pest surveillance has been another success of NCIPM and the IPM group of the country. And particularly, we started the story in 2009 from the government of Maharashtra. Maharashtra has owned the story under the Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana. And plenty of farmers across not only field, but horticultural crops as well. And several ICR institutes, it spread to different crops. The Kisan portal has been nicely modeled based on the e-pest surveillance portal that we formed at some point of time, and it has now nicely spread not only to Tripura and Haryana, and very recently I am told that even Assam is taking a look at this wonderful technology. We also did a very good contract out of this country in Malawi, in the African continent, where we have set up this e-pest surveillance system for the cotton farmers, which is doing an excellent job, as I hear every day. Human resources nicely have been trained across the country for the Krishi Vigyan Kendras, the farm science centers available in the country, which is presently able to cater to the use of DAISY that you keep hearing regularly. What is required today is actually the uniform IPM packages, nicely harmonized, a continuum and holistic IPM approach, encompassing the pre-border and the post-border, the nationwide e-pest surveillance, a common program for IPM across national institutes, and preferably the AICRPs, AIMPs, and the AICR All India Coordinated Project should be requisitioned on integrated pest management with different ICR Ataris that are in different zones. Honeybees and the pollinators, they form a compulsory part of the crop production, which is a very indicator for IPM. Implementation of integrated pest management involves the entire gamut of crop health management. The focus on IPM is shifting gradually to horticultural crops. And as I was talking in the earlier slide, this actually also forms a very nice case for Make in India or Startup India, as I may say, for establishing through establishment of the pesticide registration, national biocontrol laboratories, referral labs, and all that, and establishment of bioresource centers, plant health clinics, IPM Seva Kendras at the block level, etc. Just a small example of the product development and how the market gets oriented to that. You see the benefit from rust-resistant soybean in the rust-prone Maharashtra, that was, quantified, and only 2-year data indicates that it's almost just less than 100 crore. Just one variety with one resistance can save so much. You can imagine the importance. So you need excellence, you need affordability, you need the link with the industry. And this is another product from NCIPM, which is in the market and doing a good job across the country, earning a lot of revenue for the ICR Institute. What is not required, and not liked by the farmers is a long prescription. Usually anybody reaching a plant health clinic either gets first a chemical pesticide prescription or a very long prescription if somebody is somehow skewed to the integrated pest management. So we try to appreciate what are the gaps, why the farmer is actually not able to easily adopt the integrated pest management package. And we found that the pocket is the key, because it's a long list of prescription, and usually we don't like a doctor making a long prescription. So we try to have experiments designed to prioritize how the different components and see each component, what is the kind of input that you provide and what is the quantifiable impact of that. The first of that has already been published last year for the pest management in Indian mustard, and the next one. Hello.
No, it's
and
okay.
the next one should be coming shortly. It is under revision at this moment, and that's on rice. That is now under revision. Should be there in crop shortly. Come to the issue of the dubious distinction of the hunger issue that pinches all of us in this country. And unfortunately, we today, which in 2017 had 795 million people in the world who were hungry, that is now fortunately down. Just 2 months back, the hunger report is out. It's down at 690. But very unfortunately, because of the corona and the COVID-19, it is slated to rise. And the undernourished people, which is now, in India, it is about 200 million or 20 crore. It is slated to, go up. And the undernourished people, they are possibly going to go up from between 83 million to 132 million across the world, and India would have its own lion's share. As you see, it's a dubious distinction. Out of 117 countries, at this point in the hunger index, India is positioning itself at 102. It's a shame for the agriculture people who practice agriculture in this country. And we target global green economy, knowledge economy, global zero hunger challenge, sustainable development goal, so and so forth, as related to 2050. As I was talking that in my earlier slide, that just if you save what is lost, the 18-19%, and add it to the produce, without growing anything extra, you actually meet the target and you can possibly save this teeming hungry millions. Every day, India loses 600 children daily. Even today that we are holding this webinar on 20th of September, we shall be losing 600 of Indian children. And as I told you, so many go hungry. A huge population is underweight. 7% die before they reach 5 years of age. Though, India, the contribution to the GDP from agriculture food system is almost 30%. If you see the death, actually, even the highest death that you find due to heart failure, the death due to hunger surpasses all other kinds of death. But unfortunately, the government investment needs to increase in agriculture, including in agriculture research and education, and that's required to maintain peace, harmony, and stability. Evidence are there, well, not only in India, but across the world. Governments have fallen due to conflicts that have occurred due to high prices of or unavailability of agriculture food. We all know the great person that we see, the photograph, and that's none other than the Mendel, and then Watson and Crick. All of you have been knowing that. And of late now, as we are struggling with the transgenic, the wonderful technology of CRISPR-Cas9 has come down. But did we actually, are we prepared to take maximum advantage of that? Because all the talk that is happening due to transgenic and its shortcomings can easily be edited out and duly taken care by the CRISPR technology, Cas9 technology. There is need for social awareness before we venture into the transgenics. And you might be reading the column by Ashok Gulati, Plate to Plow, Plow to Plate, I may say, but yes, I like to actually put it the other way around. We should start thinking not only in terms of the chemical pesticides, but on so many aspects about the plate to plow issue. That's very important in my view. And we need more food. That's a fact of the matter, but how many people really bother? Right from the ancient times, we have been, having people in our with the king's, office, having very knowledgeable people. We had the BT brinjal ourselves, we produced, but then till date we could not release the National Transgenic Project. We have spent 165 crore plus, all approved by the cabinet. But till date, BT brinjal has been actually released by whom we know. The Barigom 33, you see Dr. Brown from CIMIT, Bangladesh, it's a wheat blast resistant variety. We were struggling, but our younger neighbors, Bangladesh, they have released it. I like to actually, and then golden rice is also on the verge of the release in Bangladesh. Although it's, we know how our Indian scientists, they have struggled. Similarly, Dr. Pentel's DMH11 still is waiting in the wings for approval from the government. This is because I just like to flag that the leadership of the country, like as you see in Bangladesh, the previous agriculture ministers and the present ones, they actually have nicely listened to the scientists. And we scientists are eager to contribute. We are passionate to relish that our work see the light of the day in the farmer's field. And India certainly needs to also adopt genetic modification technology in agriculture. Doubling farmers' income, I'll just touch upon this issue that with, for the better prices, as I have already indicated in my previous slide, you need to actually look at the better prices as premium prices for IPM products. And we need to track the unfulfilled dreams of the consumers. Our honorable government actually has imported gene constructs for Fusarium wilt and some virus resistance in banana for transgenics. And now we should very seriously think of, going ahead through these innovations that are already in hand with our scientists. And already the shift of the cultivators from the farming to non-farm occupations, that's also, if you look at the different sustainable development goals of the United Nations, even the other developmental goals are very, very related to agriculture. And I would say many of them also to integrated pest management. With that, I like to thank you, the organizers, for giving me this kind of opportunity. Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya has been my alma mater, which has taught me what actually I can talk about today. Thank you so much, dear organizers, for the kind opportunity. I think I have been almost within my time.
Yes. Thanks a lot, sir. You have very nice and very useful presentation you are giving me. Thank you, sir. Dr.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chato Padiai, for this really good sharing. We get a lot of information about, not only about this, something about the plant, but also of course information data about the hunger. Okay, so for this our appreciation, we will give you the certificate. Yeah, please accept this our appreciation. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Doctor. Yeah, and so yeah, thank you again for this sharing this your knowledge, experience, also this a lot of ideas. I mean, for this everyone here to to create maybe like the new research or new project related how to overcome the issue. Okay, again, on behalf of this our committee, we would like to thank a lot to Dr. Chirantan Chattopadhyay. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for your nice presentation.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We are fortunate to see.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah. So everyone, so thank you for keep staying here, join with us. And yeah, before move to the next participant, hold on, maybe, yeah, I see here one participant raised his hand, Dr. Aziz Kumar. Yeah. So Dr. Aziz Kumar, Banik, are you with us?
I think, madam, no, only
no, there's no
question.
time for, yeah, okay, no problem. Okay, we move to, yeah, the second speakers. So I invite again Professor Tapas Kundu.
No, Tapas sir not yet joined.
Oh, so sorry about that.
Probably, madam, it may be a net problem. Is there?
Oh, okay, I see.
I know that in busy schedule he has traveled to Bangalore today.
Okay, I see.
So
yeah.
that from there he like to connect and the internet connection. I think he tried and he also gave me the link. But still, I think any problem is there. So, Dr.
Network problem.
Father also tried and also spoke with him. But still he's not in our, we are waiting for him.
So KV Peter sir is around.
Yes. Okay. I see the problem. Yes, about this, this internet connections. Yeah. Also for traveling. Yeah. Okay, everyone.
I request Dr. Poddar, please try again. If he is available, then after Professor Peter, we can.
Yeah. Maybe let's see tomorrow if we can invite again Professor Tapas also join us to share his idea, any knowledge for this our symposium. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and also I will also say thank you also to everyone on join us on YouTube. Yeah, okay. And sorry for my back sound because there are a lot of students outside here. And yeah, we will are listening for the last speakers today, Professor K.V. Peter, Professor Guru Pacharil V. Peter. He is director with Noni Research Foundation India. He was the former director of the Indian Institute of Spices Research, Vice Chancellor, Kerala Agricultural University, India. He's also fellow of Agricultural Science and Forestry, Horticultural Vegetable Breeding, National Academy of Agricultural Sciences, New Delhi, and National Academy of Sciences, Allahabad, and Indian Society of Genetics and Plant Breeding, New Delhi, and also joined at Indian Society of Vegetable Sciences, Varanasi. And he received a Dr. Harbhajan Singh Award, Rafi Ahmed Kidwai Award, Dr. M.H. Marigupta National Award, and also HSI Simfa Sakti Lifetime Award of HIS. And the last one, the PNFSF National Gold Medal Award for Best Scientist. Yeah, and many, many. Okay, thank you so much, the Professor Peter already joined with us, and then this your time today to share this your lecture.
Yes.
Please welcome.
Good afternoon, respected Vice Chancellors, respected scientists, colleagues and friends for this very important.
It is not coming, sir.
Webinar. What you want? Are you able to hear me?
Camera, no, sir. Camera is on.
Camera is on.
No, this
is
your slide, please.
Sound is coming. Picture is not coming, sir.
Camera is on.
No. Video is not coming, sir.
I will. No problem.
Maybe you can turn on this your camera, please.
Okay.
Okay. Not yet. Yeah.
Not yet, sir. No.
Not yet?
No, sir.
Okay.
Only, sound is coming clearly.
Okay. But this slide, he will show it, Porter. He will, I have given to him.
Okay, maybe
he has to.
Dr. Poddar.
Yes.
Yes.
My
share this,
very slow. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir, start your video. Everybody want to see you.
Okay. My video.
You on, please, sir?
I will do it.
You have already start video, sir?
Yes.
But why it is not coming?
But not yet. It's not your picture on your face here on camera. Yeah. Please turn on your video.
Can I hear? Can I hear now? Mute or unmute?
Clear sound, sir. But, sir, you please check, sir, your camera. Anything, any problem is there?
Oh no, camera is on, and I can hear you. I can hear you very well.
No, you off this your camera. This why this here I can see here. Your camera is still off. Please on make on this your camera, please.
Camera start video.
Yeah, this the next to this your microphone. Yeah. Okay, it's good. Okay. No, it's okay. Off again. Yeah. Okay. Please do again. Yeah. Okay, maybe we can.
Camera is on there. No, sir. No red light is.
Start my video.
No red light.
Start my video. There.
Oh, okay. Maybe the problem with this camera. Okay.
Okay, no need, sir. Otherwise,
yeah, no problem. So just this your slide.
My slide also not opening quickly.
Okay.
Start slide. Dr. Puttar, you start slides.
Okay,
I will start. Just wait.
You can start slides. Okay, my dear friends. Earlier speaker was mentioning about hunger. Earlier speaker.
Oh,
and in fact, if you recollect, 1941, 1946, that is the worst Bengal famine. If you just look back, read back, in India, we had the worst famine. It is called Bengal famine. Millions of people died. Millions of people died. Millions of people died. Then 61, 62, there was Chinese war. Chinese war, India fought with Chinese. Those days, we used to import from US under PL 480. And it was told from ship to mouth. Our existence in India was from ship to mouth. Then slowly in 1965, the Green Revolution came. But that kindly analyzed that. What was that at that particular time? There was hunger, there was war, there was economic problem, and then partition effect, Pakistan, and so on and so forth. But then three elements came into the picture. One was a very correct political leadership and policy decision. Very correct policy decision was taken place. Vegetables for nutrition security is my topic. So at that time, the policy decision was very important, political. Subramaniam was the minister, Indira Gandhi, the prime minister, and then Shivaraman, ICS, is a political decision. Then science and technology. Borlaug came, Professor Swaminathan. He, his team, the whole team. And third component is the farmers. Very powerful farmers. I studied in that area, Tarai Forest, Western UP, Punjab, Haryana, those areas, Bihar, and then West Bengal, those areas, very powerful farmers with the dedication. Whatever technology is there, they used to transfer it. And now the condition is we have surplus food. Now our problem I will mention, we have surplus in food grain. Our problem is this availability is there. Access to food is not there because of low purchasing power. Access, ACCESS, access to food. That is very important. Access to food is due to unemployment. We have a problem of access to food. Then third is absorption. Basically, our people, absorption, we very rarely use water. I mean, water is a constraint. Drinking water, I mean, good quality drinking water. So we had a problem. Availability is available, but then access is a problem. Then absorption is a problem. Why absorption? Because of this. Our leaders, our people, our farmers, our awareness, and so forth, despite rising population. One thing we should feel proud of our people. They tolerate all this. Australia is a continent. It has a population lesser than Kerala, where I stay. Kerala is one of the 29 states of India. And Australia is a continent. And the population is lesser than Kerala. You should understand. So that sort of thing. And came now, the came is, which everyone indicates, is zero hidden hunger. Now, what is this? This is an international issue. It is not only an Indian issue. It is an issue of Africa. It is an issue of Middle East. It is an issue of even Europe. Hidden hunger. Hidden hunger is basically malnutrition. You require a nutrition education. Nutrition education has to be an integral part of our Indian education. It should not be just left to community science. Now, this home science, we call it community science. So it should not be left to that. Our women, all those should be educated in. So vegetables for nutritional security, I am coming into your thing called Zero Hidden Hunger India. This was a policy paper, a book which we prepared and presented to Professor M. Swaminathan on his 93rd birthday. The foreword for this book is by our former Prime Minister, and then from the UN Secretary General and so FAO, so many people. This is a very important document which I am showing to you. Zero Hunger India. What is this? Now it is achieved. I mean, the question is there also. What is called the purchasing power? Next one, please. Next one, please. Next one.
Next one, please. Next. Yeah, next slide, please.
Slide, please. Next one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Now you see Global Hunger Index. It is not only India, in so many places. Global Hunger Index scores for India and other selected countries. You will find this 31.2%. And now you see up to 2014, I have collected the data, 17.8. Then you see the China and the Sri Lanka and so on and so forth. And Bangladesh and Pakistan, they have higher zero hunger, means malnutrition. Malnutrition, that is what they call hidden hunger. Hidden hunger is malnutrition. Okay, next one, please. Next, you can see these people. I have seen it even in Israel. Israel in the church, when they come out, you will find people with this type of plague card. And next one, please. Next one.
Please,
next one.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Now, this is a global nutrition targets for 2025. This is the document of World Bank. Now, they have indicated what are the global nutrition targets. This is an important thing. Now, in nutrition target, also you should understand micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, pigments, because that is also very important. Color is important. Even in our own taste, you require a specific color for food. Now, scale. This is the global nutrition. Next one, please. Next one. Okay, this is a global nutrition index, and then you have the scale of malnutrition in 2016. What out of a world population of 7 billion people, about 2 billion suffer from micronutrient malnutrition. Malnutrition itself is being classified for study purpose or research purpose, and one it is called micronutrient malnutrition. Say, for example, this COVID period. Now, COVID period, the issue is iron, zinc, and magnesium. It is, they say, you should have zinc nutrition. Zinc you should have, so that you can overcome, even if you are affected by the COVID virus, which is an RNA virus, single-stranded virus. You can overcome it if you have zinc. That is why many of the tablets and are coming, many of the food supplements are coming, which will come, I will come later. Next one, please. Next one. All these are available. Next one, please. Next one, please. Next one. Yes, you see this picture. This is a picture of very hungry India, not of our thing, calcium deficiency, rickets. iron deficiency, anemia. Earlier, professor was mentioning about this. Anemia has other implications. One implication is your work strength is lost. You know, the way you can work, you get tired. And then your working hours get reduced for laborers. And for women, they get tired. And then stunting, low birth weight, even child abortion. So many problems, finger deficiency, like that. Then deficiencies, high risk areas, iron deficient areas, vitamin A and iron deficient areas, iodine, vitamin A and iron deficient. These are all areas which have been mapped out, where inherently in the food or which they take, these are risk areas where specific minerals, especially iron, are deficient. Iron deficiency is the leading cause for anemia. Next one, please. Next one. Next one, sir. Now, inadequate availability of nutritious food. Inadequate availability of nutritious food. This is a description which already I have given. Agriculture production required to increase by 70% to meet global food needs. So you can understand how everywhere that is an issue. With the time, the concept is changing from food security to nutritional security, addressing both food energy deficiency and micronutrient malnutrition. I will expand by this. I am a rice eater. I think in Bengal, when we visited BCKV, we were also served rice only, because rice eating is okay, but it is only energy rich food. It is an over energy rich food, and you have your stomach and so many issues, gas formation and so many things. It is a rice based food. In fact, there is nothing wrong in eating rice food, but you take an optimum quantity. There is a very nice picture on how much quantity. You not a plate full, but you have a plate and then that level, you level it by hand. Very nice picture. How much you should take, not over eating rice. And energy deficient and micronutrient malnutrition. Minimum 400 gram fruits and vegetables per person are recommended. My dear friends, now in the horticulture sector, there has been a revolution. We call it a rainbow revolution. Fruits and vegetables production alone exceeds grain production in India. 400 grams of vegetables per capita, 200 grams of fruits per capita available. They are available. When you see the production figure, they are available. But there are issues, as I mentioned to you, access to these fruits and vegetables. And another very worrying issue is harvest and post-harvest losses. You see, harvest and post-harvest losses of horticulture crops go up to 40%. And that is why we get pained when these so-called environmentalists, they protest against BT brinjal, biofortification, because we work on all these crops. And when we see these banana, I am very happy that Honorable Respected PM intervened to get certain genes for Fusarium wilt resistance, because we have the National Research Center on Banana at Trichy in Tamil Nadu. Whenever you get time, the best program they have, on these transgenic bananas. But the question is, they are unable to grow it in the within farmers' field because of certain opposition. That is also, there are vested interests who want to keep us poor, who want to keep us malnourished. So banana is a very good, it is a food. I call it a food. Banana. We take an Andhra banana. Maybe in West Bengal also you may have many bananas. And many types, but we call it in South, Andhra banana. One is sufficient. Then number of indicators in each SDG, that the Sustainable Development Goal, which earlier Professor was mentioning about Sustainable Development Goal, are highly relevant to nutrition. Very important it is. Say gender equality, they have given healthy lives, they have given hunger and nutrition. What is the number of indicators which they have given? They have given 7 as indicator, and 7 priority they have given. First priority is of course sustainable consumption and production, and so on and so forth. Next one, please. Sir, next one. Okay, Now coming to this, the global state of malnutrition, which I am just putting it in another way, how it is being interpreted. Under 5 stunting, how many people, number of individuals, current prevalence percentage, that is 23.8% of the children are with the stunting. Stunting means that they are, even some people, they are unable to stand up. Stunted growth, very much stunted growth. You will see that, that's very good. Then under 5, overweight, that is also not good. Obesity, we call it. Obesity is not due to higher food intake, but it is a nutrient deficiency. Then you have wasting. Wasting means low weight, very low weight, and under 5 severe wasting, and low birth weight, and adults overweight, then adults obesity. These are all data from FAO. Next one, because this is available, this will be given to you. Next one, please. Number of sustainable development goals indicators, then folic acid content of some common vegetable. This is important. This figure is important. Next one, before that, number of sustainable development goals indicators that are highly relevant by nutrition. This one. Okay, relevant by nutrition by goal. That this goal for education. These are all which are indicated as 13 sustainable development goals. Next one, sir. Next one, sir. Next one. Okay, this is what I wanted to tell you. We have very recently, we have edited a book called Greens, Sprouts and Edible Flowers. We have edited, because this is all available. All these are not from Europe, it has to come. It is available. That is why during COVID period, the best treatment against depression is growing vegetables. Wherever you have. Now the technology has so much come up in vegetable growing and fruit growing that even if you have a terrace or even if you have an unshaded window, you can grow vegetables. And so many demonstrations and so many farmers, the protected cultivation has come up in a, you cannot believe the way things are being done. And in fact, today's bill in the parliament, they wanted some sort of a assured price to vegetable growers, fruit growers, assured price. It is done. I have seen it around IHR, Indian Institute of Horticulture. Large number of farmers, they grow in protected cultivation capsicums, yellow capsicum, red capsicum, green capsicum, and they get from Reliance Green, assured price 45 rupees per kilo for a period of 6 months. And even if the price goes high or even if the price goes low, they will get this. And they are very happy because it is important. Whenever you produce it, someone has to pay you for that. So that is why today's bill is there. I think people are not understanding what it is. That is needed to teach these, how it is. So anyway, so you have qualitative and quantitative. This is common source of polyphenolic compounds. This anthocyanin and flavonoids, flavones and isoflavones. These are all important in food and nutrition. Actually, that is why I was indicating about nutrition education. What is this? What is this thing? And then crops, vegetables. Our special interest for one, Dr. Brahma Singh, who worked with Abdul Kalam sir and myself, we edited this book called Green Sprouts and Edible Flowers. There, they were asking initially, what is there in edible flowers? In fact, you should ask our Amma, that is our mother, how she prepares. Whatever things are there in the kitchen garden, in nutrition garden or homestead garden, they collect. And they are very, say, curry leaf. Curry leaf, in fact, very nutritious leaf vegetable. You can prepare many things on curry leaf. There is a curry patta along with coconut. You grind it and you can store it. So it is a really wonderful. And the unfortunate part is, without knowing the nutritive value, we throw it out after use. We should not. You can use it. Then carrot, no need for me to explain. But carrot leaves are used. Carrot, many value-added brinjal, cucumber, French bean, okra, pumpkin, cluster bean, snake gourd, chili green. All are God's gift for nutrition. They are full of minerals, vitamins, and everything. So, and there are other implications in digestion. You see, many people, we are all live with microorganisms. Corona came, that is a different. Otherwise, inside we have all sorts of bacteria, all sorts of viruses, which actually leads to the digestion. If you will be surprised, our area of digestion, there it is, pH is 2.63. It will burn. And that is why these things are converted and absorption is done by water. So you have agati. These are all underutilized vegetables. We have a series on underutilized vegetables published by one Delhi publisher called NEPA, where we have indicated a large number of underexploited vegetables which are used by people in one place or another place. Agati, Susbania. Oh my God, it is a very good vegetable. Amaranth. There is all sorts of color, red amaranth, green amaranth, amaranth grains. Amaranth grains are there, called green amaranth. Amaranthus, large number, 26, 27 species are there. Then you have chuka, that is Rumex vesicarius. Then beet, vulgaris, beta vulgaris, beetroot, but its leaf is also used. Then cabbage, brassica, cabbage leaf is, of course, cabbage leaf is used. But then many products are now being made. Dehydrated cabbages are available in packed containers. Dehydrated for city people, celery leaves, colocasia leaves. Many people have asked me, why colocasia leaves can you use? Yes, it is. Colocasia is a very good leafy vegetable, as well as the rhizome. We can use it. Please, next one. Their nutritive value I have given. This is a textbook presentation. So all these beta carotene, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, folate. Okay, please, next one. Next one. Next one. You see this beautiful horticulture mandate, just an option. This is I got it with permission from Dr. Anand Kumar Singh, DDG Horticulture. He made a presentation. I collected from him. Horticulture mandate, then just an option. The nutrition security. And from food security to nutrition security, heavy dependence on 3 foods: wheat, maize, and rice. That was our main thing. Of course, you require those food grains. Then more than 50% of, in different countries, the extent of dietary imbalance in selected countries. Because we had that. That is why many of us have stomach, bulging stomach, and you get tired. And gas formation, people cannot sit together, gas formation, and so forth. So they have all these things. Okay, next one, please. Next one, please. Production of horticulture, record production of horticulture crops. This is what I indicated to you. More than food grains. That is something plus. And here I have included only fruits and vegetables. There is another section, plantation crops, which gives you money. Spices, herbs and spices. India is the world leader in spices and herbs. Pepper, your ginger, your so and forth. There are about 103 spices, and in India 52 are being grown. 103 spices are there. You have, but then in India we grow some 53 spices. There's a government act and all this. So emergence of this is also equally important. Private sector has been involved, because so in this sector, it is you have the fruits, you have vegetables, you have spices, you have plantation crops, you have medicinal and aromatic plants, then you have tubers, then you have mushrooms, and you have bamboos. So there are major 8 crops are involved in horticulture. When you say generally horticulture means fruits and vegetables, but it is not that you have. Now you see these innovations in horticulture, sir. Thank to the division of horticulture led by DDG in ICR and in SAUs. Almost all SAUs have horticulture division. Now they are divided into, they call it horticulture science and vegetable science, fruit science, floriculture science, and then medicinal and aromatic plants. So like that, 4 divisions have come up in each university, and they have gone into many things. You see this Arca-Mining, very popular one, but now seedless parthenocarpic cucumber, parthenocarpic watermelon, and so forth are coming. Focus areas for research, for future agriculture research, horticulture research, sir, please. What are the future areas? One is this biofortification. Kindly don't confuse this transgenic and GM technology and all those things with biofortification. There are many methods of biofortification which is being done. I mentioned to you our PM intervened to get a fusarium. Similarly, in banana, they have biofortified banana. Biofortified banana means they are rich in iron. When I say rich means it is not that, I mean, it has a higher iron compared to other things. So biofortification is a very important issue. Then long storage life. There are tomatoes, you throw those tomatoes on the wall, it will not perish. They're called NOR gene. NOR gene, non-ripening gene. It will NOR gene. And these crops have genomics and omics analysis. Most of these omics and genomics are done in vegetable crops. Tomato is a classical example. Cucumber is another classical example. Watermelon is a classical example. Carrot is a, so you get a tailored crops. Tailored crops, you know what do you mean by tailored crops? Tailored crops means you are wearing a shirt to fit you, the tailor will take a measurement and it will be different for others. So like that, you have tailored crops. Then gene pyramiding, according to that we have in institutes for all these. And luckily, on vegetables, Indian Institute of Vegetable Research in Varanasi, very premier institute working on vegetables. And vegetable divisions in almost, I have been, because I came for the accreditation of the university, BCKV, years back, when Dr. Sanyal was the Vice Chancellor. We came, and excellent work. They have, I mean, located in such a nice area where vegetables and fruits are being grown. So very good thing we have. Then centralized PGR, plant genetic resource management with the public-private partnership. This is also there. It is a wealth. Actually, I was, because here in communism is here in Kerala. So the leader was EMS Shankaran Namboodiripad, and they have a newspaper. And in the center, our institute, I was the director of Indian Institute of Spices as well, richest man in the country. What is the reason? The germplasm, pepper germplasm. We have the world's largest collection of pepper. We have the world's largest collection of cardamom. Similarly, our institutes like IHR or like Central Institute of Subtropical Horticulture in Lucknow or Subtropical Temporary Horticulture in Kashmir. All these institutes, the first thing is this genetic resources and classification, conserving and all those. And it is a wealth of India. I tell you, it is a real wealth of India, which is even despite all these pandemics, these are all kept. We used to make them call, so kept there very well. So world's largest collection of pepper India has, because it is an Indian crop. See, it is very important for national security that because many of these have gone outside and then they claim it. And then there is a problem for IPR. There is a problem for, because in pepper, there was some claim from Sri Lanka. Actually, they ultimately, we won the case. It is our own. So like that, because the world is becoming under many laws and regulations and all. So also certain things. So pre-breeding, linking genetic resources and breeding programs. Target rates for pre-breeding. Just I indicated tomato, chili, watermelon, okra, potato. Central Institute of Potato Research, Shimla. Whenever you get time, kindly visit. Beautiful, fantastic. I am a chairman of their RAC, Research Advisory Committee. Because of this, we held this type of Zoom meet. But we will go next time if God permits. And very renowned only on potato. Potato also biofortified potato is available. Potato for chips, you know, potato for chips. Then potato fry, potato powder, so many things. Enhancing the potato pre-breeding. Please, next one, please. By linking genetic resources and breeding programs, you have in tomato, chili. Then enhancing the potentiality of pollination control systems. You know, honeybee is so important. Honeybee, honey, you see, mango, honey, mango, we call mango honey, guava honey, lychee honey. I worked in Pandanari University. I did my MSc, PhD, then worked there. At that time, I used to carry lychee honey to Kerala because Kerala lychee is not grown. Now lychee is there. Lychee honey we get, guava honey we get. So, and in addition to all those other honeys, but lychee honey is a costly honey. So, okay, next one, please. Next one. You see, these are from IHR. They have this most important Arka Rakshak, Sadashiva, Dr. Sadashiva. He was the breeder. Now he is with retired because we retired at 62, and then he got a lot of awards for this. or carrot shake. You can see the beautiful crop. Next one, please. Next one. Next one, sir. Okay, our carrot shake. Their seeds and you see beautiful the fruits. Then flooding tolerance in graft. This is again a very important exercise. If students are there in this group hearing it, this is a very important thing, grafting, because by which you can grow a crop in biotic or abiotic stressed areas. Grafting, it has become so popular now. Grafting tomato on brinjal, or brinjal on a related species, or cucurbit on another crop. So like that, it is a flooding tolerance, because flooding almost all these vegetables are. But there are crops, say pepper, Piper colubrinum. Piper colubrinum is immune to flooding. But pepper, if you put it will wilt. Phytothora, it will wilt. But if you graft it on colubrinum, because in Calicut, Kerala, where institute is there, we have that program and farmers do it. Next one, please. Next one, please. Next one, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. Flooding tolerance. And you see resource use efficiency. This is important. Water is going to be the costliest input. And it is told by 2050, India has to import water for drinking. Are you hearing me? That is, India has to import water for drinking. Our water table is going down. So one drop, one crop. That is what now the government and the policymakers say. And I have seen it very nicely done. Drip irrigation, waterman drip irrigation, how they do that. And foliar nutrition, fertigation. Fertigation, you add water, fertilizer with water, and then biofertilizers and biopesticides, because there is a concern for overuse of pesticides, and residues are there. And that is why these biopesticides have come into the picture. They are effective. But one thing, you cannot just avoid that. Only the problem comes of, that is why we call health education. I have seen it and I have scolded them. At the time of harvest, even that also will be dipped. What is the need? What is the need? They say that it will not reach it mature, or you want that is a punishment. So that is sort of thing. Then all these structures, shade house, net house. Next one, please. Next one, please. Next one. Low cost. You see, my God, this is not from America or London. This is simply from Bengkulu. It is not in research station. It is by farmers field. Protected. I was really some 18, 20. I could not believe. Then I asked them, how you sell these tomatoes? So much tomato. They are not worried because it is already sold to Reliance at a particular price, 35 rupees, 40 rupees. Then packing, and this is again another post-harvest management. We mentioned about 20 to 40% loss. So you have this different types of packing. Of course, it add value, little more price. It is shrink wrapping, packing, and so on. Next one, please. Next one, please. Pre-cooling, control, mechanized cultivation. Yes, this is, in fact, this is the thing which is coming up in India. It is coming up. In Tarai, we have this type of program, and then in Gujarat, this Jain irrigation, they have this program because they use minimum labor. But this type of mulching and all those things, plastic mulching, they use it. Next one, please. For a large scale cultivation. Next one. Crops of the future. This is next one. Crops of the future. Crops of the future, I want to tell you. Others, you see, peri-urban cultivation. Peri-urban, the fruits of the future. Moringa. 6,000 rupees, 600 rupees per kilo. In my house, I have moringa. Moringa here in Malaysia or Indonesia, it is the main crop. There is a company called Moringa, and they use flowers mostly, not the fruit. Flowers, they put a net and shake the tree, and the flowers are taken. And peri-urban cultivation, you see this, everything is possible. It will add so much beauty to the house, and lot of oxygen and things out. You feel healthy. So these are all in-house vertical farming, we call it, and many models, 101 models are available to suit your requirement. And very recently, I found a cultivation of carrot, 1 carrot area, and they have more than 100 carrots in a tube.
It is all human imagination and human hard work. Next one, sir. Sir, next one. Now, organic cultivation. This is also important. There was a mention about organic cultivation. There is a niche market for organic cultivation. And there are there are good agricultural practices. GAP, it is a must. If you see the site of ICA, you will find CAP, agricultural practice. Now, breeding for specialty trait. This is our own professor. He has developed a deep red watermelon without seed. Parthenocarpic watermelon without seed. Very tasty. Their TSS will be something like 11 or 12. So much it is. Like so, triploid seedless watermelon. The triploid cross. Next one, please. Next one. Next one, please. Now you can see move from transgenics to genome editing. Genome sequencing, whatever. This is a genome sequencing means very specific breeding. It is possible, and then ownership. See, these are all costly affairs. So ownership of a particular gene and gene sequencing, then it's registration, and so on and so forth. So I had given this appeared in Nature issue and genome sequencing in potato. Next one. First, next one, please. Now, vegetable crops, which is written you are viewing some people screen. Nanobios, this is a nanotechnology, production of nano materials, nano. Yes, what is this nanotechnology? Nanotechnology is something, nanoscience means minute or small way things can be done. This is applicable not for crop, but for plant protection. Plant protection, nanotechnology, it will save a lot of chemicals or a lot of fungicides. Like that. Then protected cultivation again. I am showing you a model yellow capsicum, low tunnel. This is inside the tunnel. Vegetables are there. Leaf vegetables are walk-in tunnels. They are called. You will find there. It's walking tunnel, but otherwise, yes. Next one, please. It is really a world of its own imagination and economy and also a lot of money. Actually, yeah, I was surprised that they all come, farmers, they come in a good car, Innova, and then they go to the owner. So you have hydroponics. What hydroponics is also there. This soilless cultivation. Soilless cultivation means you don't require soil, and that is why it is called hydroponics. Okay, because these are all their books and the details and everything is available. Tomato hydroponics, cucumber hydroponics. Why it is? Space is going to be costly. Space is going to be costly. Water is going to be costly. When space is costly, soil will be. Then aeroponics. You see this aeroponics. In aeroponics, you can see potato aeroponics. And you find potato cultivation is not required. Potato aeroponics are there. Then vertical gardening. Vertical gardening, basically, you see this. All these you find how nicely they have. This is not a drawing. This is actual practice which is being done. And if God permits you, you visit Israel once, and you visit Taiwan, the World Vegetable Center, Taiwan, and you get all these things. You will be surprised. In India also, if you go to Jain irrigation system, you visit IIVR place, IERA has a very powerful. We all trained there. IERA has a vegetable Dr. B. Chaudhary, Dr. B.P. Pal, Dr. Sheshadri, and so many people. B. Chaudhary has a classical book he has written, Vegetables, published by NBT. Okay, next one. Next one. You see how nice it is. Carrot, nutrient-rich, promising carrots. These are all very carrots, vitamin. Then biofortification. I mentioned to you about biofortification. They got a World Food Prize for this particular thing. It was shown by earlier professor also. What is this biofortification? This is the thing. Then these are some of my books which I had given to the organizers so that they can, this phytochemistry of fruits and vegetables, where you get ideas about it. Is an edited book, but you have idea. It is by one brilliant publishing company. And I have sent to them a large number of, because not alone, this you cannot do it alone. We have a very big cohesive team of scientists, PG students, and so on and so on. So I am grateful.
Another
to,
slide is there. One
slide?
Word file is there. Word
Okay,
file
please.
no need, na?
Okay, which one?
No, Word file is paper, I think. Only. No problem. Okay, sir.
Okay, I am grateful to the organizers because this, I have no grievance because we are happy people. At 73, you should be very, very happy. And so, but initially I was feeling little inconvenience because I never received any letter. And so I thought, what is happening? But he was so kind enough, very, very kind enough to call me again. And then I thought it is my bounden duty as a teacher to convey whatever little small thing I have learned. Yeah, because Swaminathan sir was our teacher at the genetics. He taught us genetics at that time. So I am grateful. Thank you. Any question?
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Peter, for sharing this really insightful presentation. So, yeah.
Madam,
Okay, yeah, Professor Anupam, go ahead.
Any question, please?
I have one question.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
Please, sir.
Sir, in one slide, we have seen that is fiber content you are showing. There I marked that in each vegetable like 4%, 6%, 8% like this. But it is in snake gourd, it is only 0.8%. Whereas in pointed gourd, it is higher. I don't know.
You are partially correct because I did not. This is all calculated on dry weight basis.
Sir?
You dry weight basis, you know. When you calculate, when you teach our students, we may teach them that snake gourd has this much 0.4%. Because that 0.4% is from a fresh one. Fresh, you know, but in a chemical analysis, what is usually done is they dry it. And not only dry it, sir, the moisture content of that dry iron will be hardly maybe less than 5%. So this you can calculate, recalculate. Because these are all what I have collected are all from published data, which has been given to me, the published data. And, yes.
Sir, is it common for all the varieties? Because in the
that is also correct. The question is there may be variation because in snake gourd we have varieties in Kerala Agriculture University as a variety which has been put and they have analyzed. Then IHR has some. Tamil Nadu Agriculture University has a few things are there. Now, it is this particular crop is not included in AACRB. It is not included in AACRB. If it would have been included in AACRB, you would have got from Northeast, from this and that. But this is because the figure is from our Kerala Agriculture University. It is a long, very long snake gourd. It will be about 2 feet long. And then they analysis purpose they dry it. But it does not mean that it contains the fresh one contains this much. No, this much. No. But snake gourd is very nice for. This is not used as a salad. It is not used as a salad. It is used as a
because sir, in cucurbitaceae family, it may be considered as exceptional. Because only 0.8% fiber content is there, whereas in other cucurbitaceae family, I am experiencing that is a pumpkin not, but like pointed gourd, reese gourd. In comparison to that, it is very less. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other question?
Okay, thank you.
I have a remark. I have given my paper to Professor along with the slide.
Yes, Sandeep, sir.
You can use it. Anyone wants it, they can take it from doctor, whomever it is. Because it is a not a something patented.
Yeah. Okay, Dr. Peter. So
Yes.
we would like to thank a lot for this your really
Yes,
good
I am grateful to
presentation,
him.
wonderful presentation. Also, you have you get a lot of compliments on the chat. You can also read on the chat. Yeah, this many participants this compliment this your presentation. And here, this is the paper from Dr. Professor Peter, and also from the committee, we would like to give you a certificate of appreciation for sharing this really good lecture, your experience, and also this your research. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. It is very pleasure, and it is fortunate that we are hearing from a living legend. Like
in the horticulture science section.
Kindly.
We are always teacher, we are students, always ready salespeople. And then after
even though okay, even though we cannot see this Professor
yes.
Peter face.
Cameras are not on.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
cannot
maybe
see you.
next event we can also join by this video. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, everyone, I think this we finished for this all the section for the lecture today for the two our keynote speakers, because one from Professor Tapas,
He
he's
is
gonna
in
join.
network problem, so he
Problem
got
for
joined.
the internet connection. Okay, thank you so much. So Dr. Sandip, so we will close this our event today.
Yes, just I would like to thank you, Professor Madam Guswani Madam,
You're very
and
welcome.
also means thank for the chairing the session, and whole day you are controlling and giving the support from University of Bengkulu. Thank you also the University of Bengkulu management, Professor Didi, and whoever cannot join today also. And also our this session, these eminent professors are present from University Vidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Professor Apurva Bandyopadhyay, Professor Narayan Chattopadhyay, Dr. Deepak Kumar Ghosh, and also our Vice Chancellor sir, Dr. Chirantan Chattopadhyay is here. Please, sir, thank you for being with us, and also other speakers, and of course the living legend is here, and all the participants who have stayed with us today. And thank you. And also I again want to thank our inaugural singer, Miss Lisa.
Yeah,
So,
it's really good voice. Yeah, really good voice. Yes.
In addition to that, I like to add a few names. That is my students of BCKV. They are always helping me in every program. Shaurit Khamaru, Shaurodip Sarkar, Moik Bhattacharya, Dr. Sarthak Bhattacharya, and Dr. Shuddha Suchidas. I like to thank also them. They are always helping us to conduct this program. May God bless them.
Okay. Thank you. And don't forget tomorrow for the all the participants and also our speakers. If you have time to join us in the same time, in the same link, the same Zoom link, and also we provide also this YouTube live streaming. Tomorrow we have the 7 speakers will share their fields. So it's related to our topic about the food security, and also it's related to the SDG goal to zero hunger. Okay. Thank you so much for all these respected speakers, our leaders, and all the committee. Also, Professor Anupam, Professor Dr. Sandip Podar as well, and of course, these are distinguished participants. Thank you for keep staying until the end of this our symposium today. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jansen. Yeah, Dr. Jansen. Okay, thank you so much. And also see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Chirpa sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sandip.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Augustine.
Augustine, yes. Yeah.
He also there.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, I will stop the Zoom. Okay, it's okay.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye. See
Stay safe,
you.
sir. Good
Yeah.
night.
Have a good night. Thank you. See you tomorrow. I thank you.